Hello people, on our last episode we did Stag's Refuge plus the 2 tutorial. Now before embarking on our next village, I actually wanted to talk about our strategy while playing the campaign side of this. Basically, the primary thing we are trying to do is get resources so that we can get our smoldering city upgrades here. And the most efficient way to do that is to actually go for these question marks on the map here. So that's what we will do. We will play the lowest difficulty we can and go for the question marks. Hop around them, hopefully. I will pick our next village here, just so we can see the Coral Forest biome. This is one of my favorite biomes. Now, in the Coral Forest biome, you really want a lot of beavers. But in this case, this just has 2 extra villages, which I really value. It's shorter villages. And now we will go to the wood stone embargation once again. Now, the thing about the Coral Forest biome is that it has many different varieties of trees instead of just having a single variety. In the other biomes, even though visually there are multiple varieties, they are actually all give the same resources. In this case, look at this for example. This one gives fiber, this one gives meat, and a little bit of metal sometimes. This one gives incense and rocks. So as you can see. Also, because we started next to that world event there, we start with a bit of a colony. And the colony actually is insane. We start with a lumber mill. Ooh, and a kiln. Well, the kiln is not as useful, but the lumber will end up being extremely useful. We should start building. This is a bit of a weird one. Normally I would go for the lumber mill, but because we already have it, I think I'm actually going to go for the clothier. Because clothes, once again, are useful for both humans and beavers. Well, we found our beaver and we already have these two, so let's go take it. Both dwarves and humans want ale, they want leisure, so I will actually take the beaver here. We also have plus 3 to meat production in the result season. This is very useful. We will have a lot of meat. So as you guys can see, beavers provide reduced fuel consumption parts, 20% to be exact. And humans humans slow the rate at which we gain impatience. So that's also very useful. I think shortly the trade mechanic is going to come into play, so I'm actually going to take the extra pack of provisions for every new villager here. Hopefully, well, if that system is not active, then we can just sell these to traders. That should also be good enough. Now for our first order, I'm going to take the problem solver. The 2 glade events should be easy enough, plus all of these are very useful. On this one I'm going to take delivery, because I don't really like the rewards for the basic logistics order. Well, in this case I'm actually going to take the egg collection simply because I already have the eggs. So we will just finish it up very rapidly. And for my next blueprint I'm going to take the trapper's camp. If I remember correctly, we don't really have a lot of farms in this biome. Also, don't forget to build your early decorations. Well, we did not find much of immediate in these 2. So we should probably prepare to move into this part here. Well, we are finishing our delivery order. As I said, because I don't see any farming places nearby, I'm going to take the forager's camp. Because we have no hostility level, this storm will pass very easily. Okay, we got woodcutter's prayer. Survivor bonding is also very good, but what woodcutter's prayer is that you lose all your wood stockpiles, but all your wood income is doubled basically. Get plus 120. Basically means doubled. And we will get the extra beavers and build another woodcutter's camp. Because of the vast variety of resources you get on this biome from the trees, 3 woodcutters camp works quite well. Okay, so in our first danger state we found fallen beaver traders. This is pretty easy, we have enough resolve to tank this. I think I'm immediately going to open this cache because I am kind of running low on food. For our next order I'm going to select happy lizards. The extra jerky and the extra lizards are both useful, and it's a relatively easy quest to complete. Oof, even more woodcutting speed. I think I'm going to take the beaver one. This is going to take some time to complete, but it should not be too difficult. We just finished our first order. This is pretty good, the tools will be very useful, and the extra villagers. I'm gonna rebuild the brickyard because I have a lot of people staying around doing not much. In this case, I'm going to take the bakery because all three of those are new recipes. By the way, as you can see that, for example, it says current best and there is just a plus near the icons. That means I don't have any buildings that makes those recipes. If you look at the leather worker, for example, you can see that we have a recipe, 1-star recipe that makes water skins and 3-star recipe that makes fabric. It's important to look at those when choosing which blueprint to pick. Remember what I said about those pack of provisions? Each of them are worth half an amber, so they are actually quite valuable. Which means we can buy quite a decent amount of bricks. And I'm going to be able to make planks, and my weaver will be able to make fabric, so I don't need those immediately. I will also immediately build a lumber mill. But there's a small farming spot here. If we see a farming building, it will be good to use this. For the brickyard, I'm going to put 100 limit on the bricks and 50 limit on the pottery. We don't need pottery at the moment, and we don't even have clay. But if we find some, it should be useful in the future. If I remember correctly, this is rainwater specialization, and that's from a species we don't have yet. Also, we finished the Happy Lizard order. Well, considering that we need leisure, and if I remember correctly, we have a production structure for ale, I think I'm going to take the tavern here. I could also take the beaver house, but the tavern is going to be more immediately useful probably. Now, under normal circumstances, I would destroy this skin because I don't need its coal and I don't need its brick. And it has only a 1-star jerky recipe, but because I got this salt jerky plus 2 to jerky production perk, that 1-star jerky recipe is actually quite decent, so I think I am still going to rebuild this. This is how I'm going to configure this. I'm going to build some coal just in case I need it, but this is mostly for the jerky. Because we have enough materials, I'm going to start construction on the weaver and the clothier. Okay, we are through the storm season, we passed through very easily. I'm actually going to take the clay delivery line here. I kinda want the pottery. This is quite a decent amount of people. Yeah, it's because we have the extra lizards. I'm going to take this. The kiln accepts lizards well, so that's useful. They are happy. They've got quite happy in the kill, and we really could use quite a good bit of jerky just to multiply our food supply, if for nothing else. Now I'm quite close to getting this Happy Beavers order, so I'm going to use the favoring mechanic to get the rest of the way. That's worked out. We can stop favoring them now. Even more wood cutting speed. And just right after I built that kiln, I get an even better jerky recipe. Do I care for any of these? I guess the skewers would be nice. I don't think I have all the ingredients for it, but let's give it a try. Yeah, I have some of these ingredients, but I don't have any secondary ingredients that I can use. Well, whatever, I will put one dude here, and hopefully I will get some of these from somewhere. Well, like this cash, for example. This will give us flour and herbs, so we can make some biscuits. Also, it just has some biscuits by itself. Okay, we have a need for jerky here, and we actually need the eggs for the skewers too, so this is quite good here. Now, I don't really have a production line for wine setup, but I think I should be able to finish one event. Okay, so that loyalty tag here, sending catches back to the citadel, fulfills that. And the 20 randomus every time I will visit, that's not very useful, but reputation is the most useful thing here. Ooh, and I think with the biscuits and stuff, the weaver resolve will be quite easy to keep up, so I'm just going to take this. I think the rewards here are better, but this will allow us to finish the settlement faster. This village faster, I believe they are called actually. I think I called them colonies in the last video. They're apparently called villages. Oh, we found some ruins and a termite nest. Can we tame them? Yep, we have the resources to tame them. Nice. And when you tame a termite nest, it gives you insects every minute, which is quite nice. Is there anything interesting here? A big shelter. Okay, that's not very interesting. This is basically the large version of these unspecialized housing buildings. This is a workshop. Oh, a workshop. I don't need it right now, but it's one of the best buildings you can get from an early blueprint because it allows you to build all the production thingies cheaply. This is basically advanced crude workstation. I will salvage the big salvage and the trapper's camp. I think I already have the trapper's camp. Yeah, I already have the trapper's camp, so I'm going to salvage these two. Not the greatest group of things, but still pretty useful. Plus, it allows us to use this forager's camp that we got, and the vegetables. You can use the vegetables to make skewers. So this is overall a pretty good blade. Also, we can finish this order. Let's go. We finished up a turbine nest. 5 insects per minute is not a small amount. Now I'm actually at the point in the game where I have enough wealth to just buy complex food for resolved reasons. And that's what I'm going to do. I don't really think I need. And once again, those packs of provisions coming in very handy. They will pay for a good bit of these. Oh, square perimeter. This is very useful in harder difficulties and longer playthroughs, but in these smaller ones, it's not very good. So I'm just going to take the X+1 global resolve. We are also at the point in the game where we should try to build the tavern. Now I actually think the clay and the parts in this cache would be quite useful. But both for the sake of this reputation right here and for the loyalty order that I have, I'm actually going to send this to the Citadel. I have the tools for it. Also, I'm going to salvage all of this. I don't need any of them. We also got the Beaver Resolve order. Let's get our rewards. I don't really need any of these at the moment. I'm just going to leave it be. Maybe I take the temple or the provisioner. Also, these are stone rolls. I don't have access to these right now, but I will later. Well, we have found another cache, which we will send straight to the Citadel. We should hopefully finish this game quite quickly. And we have finished up gifts for the Queen. Let's just take this to see what's behind it. Nothing particularly interesting. I have so few buildings on work right now. I'm constantly getting the kill. It's not very useful here. But I already have one. Yeah, we are getting 0.7 resolve per minute. Well, we are, reputation per minute. So we should finish this up before the next year starts.
Da, a Zeno.
Ja.
And we managed it. We got up a whole bunch of deeds and some rewards. Now let's go back to the world map. I guess the one downside of doing things like this is that you don't get many experience points. Omnius Presence. Interesting. Now that's where I originally intended to end the video. But then after editing it down I realized it's like 13 minutes, which is a bit too low. So I'm just going to do another lowest difficulty settler difficulty run. And I think it's going to be the last settler difficulty run I do for a while. First let's look at our settler upgrades, see if we got any. Okay, we are level locked. Let's go collect our deeds. Also, I messed with my audio settings for a bit, so my voice probably sounds a bit different. I would like it if you would tell me in the comment section which version do you prefer. And after turning in all our deeds, we are actually at level 4, so we are no longer level capped for our upgrades here. Let's take a look at these. I mean, plus 10% more stellar resources whenever you finish a settlement. This is a bit of a no-brainer. Additional cornerstone choice, also a no-brainer. Blueprint reroll, also a no-brainer. And plus 1 embarkation points. Well, I can't really afford anything else as you can see, so I'm just going to take this. Not much of intelligent choices for us in the early game. Okay, we are about to meet our aunt. Let's do that, I guess. I'm a nephew. Not much of a challenge. From what I understand, our aunt is like a... From what I understand, our aunt used to be a viceroy like us, but you know, she's not doing as well as she once did. She's not completely fleshed out at the moment. So, should I play in the Royal Woodlands or the Coral Forest? Well, I did not play in the Woodlands episode, so I think that's what I'm going to go. Plus, it is closer to the question mark. For our starting colonist, I think I'm going to select the middle option here, because the complex food is not very useful in the early parts of a village, and I think this crystallized dew will be very useful for making tools if we can get the production up. And our integration bonuses will be basically the same, except we will also take eggs. I'm going to try to get this done as quickly as possible. Let's see if we can do this before the third year, or before the end of the third year. So this will be bricks, this will be planks, and this will be... I don't know. I guess I will take the small farm. Because I want to do this quite quickly, I'm going to go straight in for the dangerous glade here. Okay, silent looting. Well, silent looting is very good, but on this low difficulty level, it's probably not necessary. Instead, I'm going to get crowded caravan, so we can increase our population rapidly. Now, for our first order, I am actually going to take funding the expedition. If we can get this through, we set for our early game building material needs. This is just extra planks and people for something that we already intend to do, building material. Well, we did get the carpenter and stuff, so hopefully we should be able to make some of these relatively early into the game. I'm actually going to take this. I really like the tools. And the extra reinforced saw blade is good as well. So in our dangerous glade we found a fisherman totem. I wish we actually had enough resources to perform the ritual, because it permanently decreases hostility by 15, which is, don't forget, half a level. But I don't have the resources at the moment, and I have the resources to burn it down, so that's what I'm going to do. So this smokehouse will be quite nice when we get our lizards. Since this dangerous glade is basically done with, let's go forge ahead to the next one. Well, we finished our first order, let's get our extra villagers. And for our blueprint here, I'm going to take the weaver, because we already have decent plant production, but we don't have good fabric production, which might end up being. We also managed to get our wizards. Don't forget to put a lizard in here. I think overall, unless you are trying to solve a specific problem, the lizard firekeeper is probably the overall best. Okay, these large sea marrow deposits, they are some of the best deposits in the game. They can be collected by the stone cutters, and these sea marrows can be burned. They are fuel. Stone is stone, and you also can get an ancient tablet, which is a decent amount of money, especially in the early game. And once again, we forgot to build our trading post. It happens sometimes. And it doesn't seem like we have any problems in the first storm. That's very good. Well, the storm season is over and we can pick our cornerstone. Let's see. I actually don't know. Okay, well. We are actually kind of going low on burnables, so I'm going to take Root Eagle out. This one is not very useful here. This one is completely useless here, and this one is not very useful. For our newcomers, let's just select the most beavers. We want more woodcutters at this point. Okay, we just opened up our dangerous glade and we found a petrified tree. We don't have the means to heal it, so we are just going to cut it down. Plus these refuges should also be rather useful. Well, I did actually take a farm this time, so I can make use of these fields. And we got a trader. This is the first time I've seen this guy. Oh, he's selling some interesting stuff. Well, I'm not really interested in interesting stuff at the moment. I really want like fabric and stuff. That's far more impactful. So yeah, let's do something like that. See if we can afford it by selling literally everything we have. And we can. That's good. Don't turn in the order when you need those planks. Don't make that mistake. Well, have at this one horse upgraded to level encampment. This is something that I have already done. And this gives us amber. Okay, let's just pick it and deliver it immediately. And need for jerky fulfilled. I think we will be able to do this eventually. So I'm just gonna select it. Our next blueprint will be the cookhouse, because we don't have any of these recipes at the moment. Unfortunately, we got this farm done just at the end of drizzle season, so it won't be of any use just this year. This is why I don't usually use farms in lower difficulties. Kind of end up being not very useful. They are much better in longer runs. You know, I was trying to be quite fast, but it's not going very well right at the moment. Another storm season, but we are still below 1 hostility level, so we will be fine. Well, we found a trader in a glade. This is also something that can happen. Wait, you don't look very good. None of these perks interest me. I think I'm just going to buy some bricks of him. And actually some thanks too. And also some crystallized. I should be able to turn this into tools. Now I can turn in the bank order. I'm actually going to reroll this. The first reroll cost nothing. And yeah, I'm going to take the tavern. I'm not really producing anything with this, but hopefully I should be able to buy some of traders and stuff. Now for our hopefully last cornerstone, we'll take Lost in the Wilds, I guess. We'll also take even more beavers, I think. Not those. Another empty glade. I won't be able to finish this up in time. Okay, we can select extra orders. More housing, yeah, we can do that. Booming economy, we might be able to do that. And new clothes. If we get this from a trader, some clothes from a trader, we might be able to do this. And one trader is coming in 1 minute. Okay, we'll make it in time. I already done the housing one. I think a clothier would be very good right about now. Okay, Zorg. So first we will sell you 30 amber worth of products. Let's see what we can buy from you. Well, let's try to buy the complex foods. Let's see how much that is. That's 40 something. Sell the resin, we don't need to sell the copper. We can sell some of the sea marrow. And sell some of the clay. And some of the tool. Yep. We should get that done. And now I will actually straight up attack the trader. This is a good time as I need to show this thingy. So if we attack the trader, we get a whole bunch of goods. Look at this. But we lost 5 villages. That's actually quite a bit. We get 2 impatience points. We will not get as many traders. And well, the traders overdo your settlement. Okay. So we basically get a whole bunch of malices about the traders. Now let's see, woodcutter, farmer. I lost quite a few teams. Well, I had a bunch of unemployed people anyway. Hopefully it should not matter too much. We found some escaped convicts in our dangerous glade. This is quite good. This is a relatively easy event to deal with. Just go in there and do it. You just need stone. And we should also focus on sending the caches back. We also did booming economy. That's another point of what's it face. Not these all influence. Reputation, whatever. I guess I will take the lizard house. I just don't have the materials to build the beaver house. Like, can you actually use 4 of those? Okay, let's just build 4 of those then. I don't think we are going to make it. I think we are going to be late. Well, maybe with these guys going in, it might be possible, but probably not. Oh, in our next dangerous glade, we found a large destroyed caravan. Let's see. Oh, I don't have the resources to send it back. I guess we are just going to end up looting it. That's -5 to global resolve, which I don't care about at the moment. As you go through the map like this, try to build small warehouses around, so your pawns or your villagers don't have to move around so far. And I have to say, this map has not been kind to me with the events. Like, the events themselves were easy, but the placement of the glades is kind of bad. They require a lot of wood cutting. Well, we will get the over-diligent workers. 3 barrels for every 10 planks. That's a rather small amount of barrels. Maybe they should improve that a little bit. And we don't really want any newcomers at the moment. Okay, we have finished the jerky order, and with that we only need 1 more level of reputation. And we will probably get that to our villagers. Maybe if you are trying to rush like this, you should probably just ignore the carpenter and stuff completely and just buy whatever you need, especially on these lower difficulties. Another way to interact with traders is that you can call them immediately for some impatience, Queen's impatience, so that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I can do it a little bit quicker. We can attack this guy too, that's kind of funny honestly. And I don't think he actually has anything we want, unfortunate. Let's just buy everything, why not? Maybe we'll get a deed for it or something. And we have found the fishman totem, but I don't care about it. Just send these things to Citadel, please. Or, you know, Blue Glove might also deal with it. I'm going to start favoring the lizards so that they stay in the blue zone for a bit longer. Okay, we managed to finish just before the storm came. Well, I was quite a bit off from my 3-year mark, but 4 years is also not that bad. Now, when you finish a run in close proximity to one of these negative world modifiers, you get to make a choice. So you can either get reserve embarkation points, which are basically extra embarkation points you can only use once. Now you can also get a special wagon that will make you go farther. Normally there is a limit to how far you can settle from your previous settlement. With these you can settle quite far. And also obsidian box is about the seal fragments, but I don't think I'm going to immediately go for the seal. Actually, let me take a look. Will I go for the seal this cycle? No, they are too far away. They are far too far away. I think I'm going to take the obsidian box. The thing is, if you finish a cycle without actually doing the seal mission, these seal fragments turn into resources, and that's what I really want. And I think that's going to be the end of our episode for today. I have decided that after this episode I won't really be playing any more settler runs just because they take too short, and the difference between the way you play in this game, easier difficulties and harder difficulties, they are very difficult. They are very different, excuse me. Easier difficulties are all about going as fast as possible, as quickly, rushing everything. While harder difficulties are about building up so that you have a spring moment basically where everything clicks and you get a bunch of reputation at once. Anyway, I hope I will get to show that tomorrow, and goodbye.